G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek here in Victoria. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for connecting on our American radio show today. And it is Thursday, and in isolation, we have no idea what day it is. So we were just, we'll just intro with, you know what, we really don't know what day it is. So hello. But yeah, so anyway, I hope everyone's had a good week. We can start to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel here. So we're having restrictions are slowly being loosened off a little bit. So that's giving people that glimmer of hope to get back to some sort of normality, which everyone's kind of waiting on. So, yeah, that's just how it is. I hope that you've all dealt with the isolation or are dealing with it okay. Don't forget to reach out to people if you are struggling because, hey, you know, being in isolation is not our human, experiencing this human existence is around connection with others. So don't feel bad if you need to connect and, you know, make that extra effort to keep yourself sane. For those that are homeschooling, you know, well done. I take my hat off to you, literally. I'm lucky all of mine are older, but, yeah, so there's quite a few challenges around that, and I really do want to give a shout out to all the mums and dads out there that are homeschooling for the first time ever in their life and, you know, having to just experience a good part of the learning program and appreciating our teachers, which is pretty cool. So energetically this week, the veil is lifted a little bit. We were chatting about that in a group this morning. It's that time of year, so you might be getting stronger signs around at the moment, which is like ringing in the ears. Goosebumps are another really, really common one with spirit connection, and you might be getting a lot more insights around not only for yourself but insights for others around you as well at the moment. So take it on board. You know, if you're getting insights and you don't want to necessarily share them with that person, just write them down and there'll be at some point you'll be able to come back to them. We've got Mother's Day coming up. I think it's this weekend. Is it this weekend or next weekend? It could be next weekend. Yeah, who knows what date it is or whatever. But, yeah, we've got Mother's Day coming up again. That'll be in isolation for us and no doubt for many of you too, for many of you guys as well. So, yeah, it's just an awareness. And so with Mother's Day comes the experience of, for many of us that have lost our mums, that don't have mums to celebrate Mother's Day, it can be a really hard day. So I do want to put a call out for those of you that experience that to, you know, don't feel like you're going through it on your own and, you know, really connect in with those that have mums in spirit. You know, I do that, like light a candle, honour their memory and really trust that they're around you and they do get to connect with you, you know, on that day. So spirit is only they're just in a different realm. They're still around. They still give us signs. We just need to be aware of the signs and taking notice of them for, you know, to have that realisation. So I just wanted to share that today with our show. And, yeah, so we often getting signs from spirit can be many different things. Sometimes it's feathers. At the moment there's a lot of birds around. And when I say birds, different birds to maybe what you're used to seeing. So, again, look up the spiritual meaning of that because birds are messengers, as we know. And, you know, for some people it's coins. If you find a coin, check out the numbers on it. Or it might be a song comes on that's in relation to a memory with that person that's passed. So there's many ways that they will bring signs through to you for you to know that they're still around and just for the acknowledgement to say, hey, I'm here. And there's no doubt they definitely are still around us. So, yeah, that's our insight today. All right, I've got my first caller now. I'm going on to Billy Joe in Brisbane, Queensland, a fellow Aussie. Hi, Billy Joe.
Hello. Hi, how are you going?
How are you? Really good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Are you in North Queensland?
No, it's sort of in the middle.
Okay, all right, cool. So, awesome. So what would you like me to focus on today for you?
I would just like a random, please.
Yeah. Okay. You've got a lot going on, and I feel like because I feel like connecting with you, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a lot of energies. I feel like I'm a little bit scattered at the moment. So I've got, even though we're all in isolation as such, I don't feel like you've necessarily been pulled back. So it's almost like you're still doing what, you're still working, but it's almost like for you, you've had to pick up the ball on many things. So it's like I'm, connecting with a family, but I'm also still connecting with work. There is something around, though, you've had this realization of making a change around your career with this being, with the current climate. Does that resonate with you?
Sort of. I'm unemployed at the moment, but I am making things and trying to do a little shop of my own.
Yeah, brilliant. It's like, it's almost like you're pulled back for a reason to really, and I want to look at this moving forward. This Spirit's showing me to niche down on what this is. So rather than doing a bit of everything, with your talents, focus on the things that, it's almost like there's aspects of what you're doing that are stronger than others. So I want to I'm focusing on that rather than trying to have a massive range. I want to niche it down to like 5 key products, and really you can vary those, but I feel like I want to say really focus on those to help propel this forward. And at the moment, everyone's online shopping, so it's a perfect time to really pick up the ball and roll with it.
Yeah.
I do want to say, though, there's something around insights that you've had to change it a little bit. Trust that, because it's like Spirit is showing me they're around you and guiding you. There's a lady coming through in Spirit, and she's quite she's quite, it's got a bit of a personality, because I see there's something around a relationship there. So are you in a relationship currently?
Yes, just my soulmate, hopefully.
Yeah, because it's like deeply emotional commitments, and I feel like the way that she was showing me that was like, oh my God, like it's a really big impact in the connection that you have. And it's almost like, and you've just said like the soulmate side of it is often, it's not just the perfect path to walk down. We sort of have a few challenges, and I feel like there's still a few challenges to go, but in a good way, in a complementary way. And it's like you're brought together for a reason. So the two of you are working through things that you both need to work through to almost like move forward, to be even stronger and to be better versions of yourself.
Great.
Yeah, so it's like I do feel that. And it's like, at times it's challenging and you go, oh, my God, why did I choose this? But it's like, deep down that it's for the betterment of everyone, but it's just quite funny the way she's coming through. So I feel like I want to go to Mum's side. Have we got a grandmother in Spirit on Mum's side that was connected with you?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and she's got a bit of a sense of humour, because I feel like she's quite cheeky in her manner coming through.
Yes, she can be, yes.
Yeah. So it's like, especially when it's regard to the love part of it, it's like she had a real chuckle at that. So I also feel with what she's showing me with that is you've met your match, as in you're going out with yourself here. That's why she's laughing.
Oh, really?
Like, because I feel like there's a lot of commonality with the two of you, and it's a little bit like you're stubborn and he's stubborn. So it's like, I've got that real challenge of,
yes.
Yeah. So that's why she's laughing, because it's like all the things that you find frustrating about that person you have within you as well. So it's quite funny. So, but it's a great thing. It's like, your two hearts are dedicated to creating something wonderful. Like there's some really big things moving forward with the two of you. And I see something around travel once we're over all of this. Of course, we're in lockdown at the moment, but there's something around the two of you and moving around a bit and sort of embracing life more.
Yes, we do plan on that, definitely.
Yeah, so you will. It's like she's showing me you're travelling around, and there's a bit of a gypsy soul in both of you. So it's like, again, you've both got that in common. And, I just see the travel aspect, and it's almost like the two of you, obviously with you doing your own thing, you could do that online. It's like you could both work your way around. So it's like I see a bit of travel and I can pick up work where I need it.
Yes.
Now, as far as children goes, I feel like there's children around. So, but it's like they're showing me only on one side. So so it's your children?
Yes, I've got 4 children, and he's never had children.
Yeah, okay, yep. Because it was like I was showing there's children on one side and not on the other. But it's like you balance those children quite well, because I feel like there'd be no issue with the travel aspect with them.
Okay.
Right? Because I feel like that would be fine. I also feel like is the children's father not in the picture, or not the sort to put a stop to you doing what you need to do?
Well, to be honest, he is still in the picture, like he sees the kids, but he is still not over me and making life hell, is a good way to put it.
Yeah. Well, there's something around a shift going to happen there that will stop him trying to compromise you moving forward and doing what you need to do. I do feel like for him, this will be the opportunity. There's somebody around him, and I feel once he shifts his focus from you, that's when this will happen. So I feel like there's a lady around him, or someone that have kind of dip their foot in with him, and as he moves into that new phase, you'll be off the hook, I want to say.
Oh, thank God for that. Thank you.
Yeah, so it is about that. Yeah, and it's because he is a little bit obsessive, and it's like, you've been the focus for so long, but it's like as soon as somebody else comes along, the attention will shift.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I also feel like with your business, dare to be different is what Spirit is showing me. It's like she's showing me dare to be, bring out the uniqueness in what you do. Don't just follow what others are doing, if that makes sense. There's something different around what you're doing.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Yes,
Perfect.
That makes sense. Thank you.
And also with that, I want you to use that in your tagline of your business. So what you're creating, have that as, unique, one-off. Like I want to go to really promoting the fact that people are purchasing, something quite unique, and that's kind of in your branding.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, this has been spot on perfect. Thanks, Eve.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm so rapt to be able to help and connect. And I feel like there's with the grandmother in spirit, it's like she's around. So call on her when you need guidance, because she's more than happy to step up. And I feel like there's traits of hers in one of the children. So I feel like I want to go to one of the girls. So have we got 2 boys and 2 girls for you? Because I feel like I've got more girls.
3 girls and 1 boy.
Okay, right. Well, it's like one of the girls, and I almost wanted to go to the second from the second youngest, to be she's acknowledging is like her, or there's traits of her coming through. And it's like she just wants to tell you that because she's quite proud of it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's cool. She's really around you and ready to give you guidance. Right. And I feel like she guided you a lot in your connection with her, when she was here. So I feel like she's continuing that.
Yes, I miss her heap.
Yeah, and it's like she's around you though, and she does, and that's why she's come through today, is to give you that acknowledgement and say, hey, I'm here and I'm, giving you the signs, and just trust that it is her. And she wants to, she really wants to be an inspiration to you. So I do feel like something around the business, that there's an aspect of her. I even feel like I've got a name. I don't know whether she had a middle name or there was a name connection with her. Something you're going to name something, and connection with her is what she's showing me.
Wow, awesome. Okay.
All right. So connect in with that. You will get that. There's just something around the name. She just wants me to bring to light with you, and you'll know what that is and how to utilize that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you got this. It's exciting.
Oh, thank you so much. You've been so on the spot with everything. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for that beautiful feedback. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to go on to my next caller. Thanks, Billy Joe. I really appreciate your feedback and connecting today. All right, I've got Sarah in Lee Summit, Missouri. Sarah, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Sarah. Good.
Hi.
I want to go to, I've got some great energy around you. Sarah, can I ask you in the spiritual field, are you doing something spiritual as in what you do for work?
And not really. I mean, I feel that I do energy-wise. I've always been noticed as a healer, and I feel like I've studied Reiki in the past, and I believe in using the life energy to heal things.
Yeah, because I feel like that's why connecting with you, it's like, I'm connecting with a fellow spiritual soul here who embraces that. So it's like you do utilize that a lot. And it is part of your big picture. And it's like I was shown that to remind you that, and like you say, yes, you do it, but I do feel like looking forward that you're going to be stepping into that even more so as time goes on.
Yay.
Yeah. It's like you're highly regarded. People come to you all the time.
Oh,
for random
all the time.
things, I want to say. Yeah.
Oh,
And I
yes.
want to share secrets with you. I feel like people blurt out stuff and you're like, I really didn't need to know all that, but it's like they can't help it but share it with you.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. So it's almost like when I see that, it's like confirmation too that, that you are where you're meant to be, and it's quite powerful. And I feel like for you, there's a real reminder, and it's almost like that's part of you calling in today, is connecting with your guide. So I feel like you've connected with your guide, but possibly of late you haven't probably been as calling in and connecting as much, because it's almost like I had to bring that up as part of what I'm sharing with you.
Oh, nothing's hard to bring up. I go pretty easy on everything. I'm a pretty easygoing person.
Yeah, you are, but it's like, so I'm not sure whether you're aware of that, because I feel like you've got a good connection with your guide, but it's like they're saying they're giving you more signs at the moment. So there's something you're weighing up, and it's like they're telling me they're giving you the signs, but you might not be fully getting it, or you're missing the little bits of guidance that's coming your way, because there's something around. I'm doing a bit more study, so I'm changing things up. I'm starting to step into that change, and for a lot of us at the moment, we've been pulled up with this, with COVID. It's like a reassessing of where we're at and where we want to be.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, yeah. So it's like for you, there's some really cool stuff. It's time to embrace that big picture for you, I have to say.
Really?
Right? So it's like you're being guided, and I feel like with me saying that, you're aware of what that is. But it's about letting go of the old to allow the new to come in. And it's almost like it's organically going to happen for you regardless. But I do want to say that setting the intention of what is the perfect case scenario for you would be ideal. Because I feel like Spirit is showing me there's something about you working too hard.
Oh, yes. That's so true. Yep.
All right. So there's an easier way to an easier way to have a career with that. So it's like I've got my puppy barking in the background.
Oh, that's okay. They probably feel me too. I love animals.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, you probably got a message there then. So, yeah, it's like for you, this is about working smarter and not harder. So this time to actually consolidate and really look at manifesting where it is you want to be heading. And I feel like I want to say, like, writing this down, which is a really powerful way of manifesting, but like, because moving into this change, you're doing less hours. I'm still making money, but I'm doing less hours. I have more time for me. There's something about, is there a really beautiful space around where you live now?
Is there a what?
A really beautiful space around where you are now, because it's like I'm shown there's a really amazing area that you can explore, but you don't have time.
Right now I'm kind of on the verge of leaving or not. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, okay.
So I wouldn't say it's the best place.
All right. If you're not there yet, then this is why I'm sharing this with you. I see I've got mountains, I've got trees around, and I mean not little trees, like bigger trees. So it is like the nature side of it. So I feel like the movement is moving somewhere where you can get out and spend time in nature, and a really pretty place, I have to say.
Okay.
All right, because I feel like where you are now, is it quite built up? Because I feel like I'm moving to somewhere that's not as built up.
Yeah, and I have been thinking about moving. I'm from the country, and right now I live in the city, and it's not for me. And we've been talking about moving back to the country, and I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that.
Yeah. Well, I want to encourage you, start looking at that, because I see somewhere really great, and it's like it's important for you, that connection to land aspect is really big for you, and I want to get there. So it's like that's what I was shown. It's like there's this beautiful countryside. Why aren't you there? And now that you've explained, I don't live there. It's like it's part of you, and it's part of your bigger picture. Yeah. So definitely, I see that happening. No doubt. What else have you been trying to do? There's something, Spirit is just making me aware there's something you've been trying to do that you're not sure of.
Go on with my relationship I'm in right now. I've been in for 3 years. And there's a lot, when you're as spiritual as people like us are, and people don't really understand energies or love and abundance and stuff like that, they kind of act like you're crazy. And I feel like I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah. This is about honouring you, and obviously that goes back to your guides giving you signs. There's been a question around the relationship, and it's almost like you know the answer but maybe don't want to actually have a good look at it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like you are being shown what you need to see here, and we need to it's almost like I've got my head out of the sand now, and I'm seeing it for what it is. And you have been shown this, and it's like at the moment for many of us, and I feel like I'm on repeat with readings at the moment, we're being shown what needs to go and what needs to stay. So I do want to say to you the fact of assessing it all, and I don't just feel it's because they don't relate to you on a spiritual level. There's more to this than that, but it's like you need to make decisions for your highest good from now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's what Spirit is showing me is you have this big picture. So it's about being in the country, being the family unit, being connected. There's a picture that you hang on to, but you haven't got it yet.
There's a piece that I'm hanging on to that I haven't got yet.
Yeah, it's like a visualization. It's like in your head what you want, but it's not. Yeah, you haven't. It hasn't happened yet.
Yes, that is correct.
Right. So we need to get rid of the dead wood so that it can happen.
And do I just start thinking differently?
Yeah.
It's so much easier than it is.
What I really want to say is look at things as they are, not as you want them to be. So it's almost like seeing things, taking the rose-coloured glasses off and looking at things as they are. And I know it's easy to say that from me looking in, but I know when you're in that situation.
And I'm a Gemini, so I see the best in everything.
Yeah, and that's cool. But sometimes when you see the best in everything, we can overlook what is really relevant in the not so best, and we don't want to be doing
You're
that.
So
and
right.
I do feel like for you, it's your time to shine, and I don't want to be held back trying to nurture somebody to be the best version of themselves when they're not putting their hand up for the help.
That's true too. Wow.
So, it's a bit like the old saying, we can lead a horse to water, can't make them drink.
That is so true.
Yeah. So for you, moving forward, and something I would be looking at is start to get your big picture ready. Say, I know I'm going to move back to the country. I know there's big things in store. I'm going to focus on that and let the universe sort out the rest. Because what will happen is those that aren't meant to be there will disappear. You won't have to make the call.
All the way. Yeah. Dang, you're good. You're really good.
Thank you. Thanks to Spirit. I'm so grateful. I'm just the messenger, but I will take the praise. Thank you. But, you are divinely guided on this, so I really want you to trust what comes to you. There is opportunity. As far as moving forward, you have the psychic side that gives you what you need, so just follow that. You will not look back. And I really want to say to you, in 12 months looking back from where you are now to where you are in 12 months, you're going to look back and go, wow, right, best decision ever.
That's what I needed to hear right there.
Yeah.
That's the reason that this happened. I needed that.
You've got this, girlfriend, and really you are very strong. You're Gemini. Get through anything. So I just want to remind you of that. You've got this, and keep me posted. I'm on Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, Facebook and Insta. I'd love to, I'd love to hear, because it's going to be an amazing journey, and as hard as it can be, time to step up. You've got this, and I better run because I'm out of time.
All right, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Australia's Psychic Cowgirl signing off. Woohoo!